changes, no one prepared to take too many gambles in the early stages of the game. The last thing we want is a disastrous start. Free kick has been given to Morocco. Chance for them to just settle things down now at the back. Giving it straight back to Senegal, and the two central defenders could just intertwine. Mamadou Sarr, early touch for him coming in. Such a big game for the 20-year-old. There's Moussa Niakate. Kate again. White ball up towards the feet of Mane, and he touched that one on really well. And this is Pape Gueye, who's brought down. Referee says the ball was won, and off goes Achraf Hakimi. There's been a few controversial spats off the field in the last 48 hours. Senegal not happy with the accommodation they've been assigned here in Rabat. Not happy with the fact that they've got two key players suspended. Not happy with the training facilities either, or the ticket allocations, or the VAP ticket allocations for this, or the semi-final. So they've got plenty to moan about, Senegal, to the authorities at CAF. To say, and I'm not one to start a fire, but I did think, looking at the game on Wednesday, I covered the Morocco game against Nigeria. Nigeria weren't very happy with the referee. With good authority, I can tell you, I didn't think he had a very good game either. Here come Senegal, and they're bursting forward with Sadio Mane. It was a little bit loose on the right from Achraf Hakimi, and he's managed to win his side a corner. Sadio Mane. Hakimi did come and rectify a situation there. He gave the ball away, and Sadio Mane took it off him, and he went whistling past Naya Vegard. In the end, arguably the best fullback in the right back position in the world. Hakimi got back and put it behind for a corner. So first question mark of the final is a Senegal corner. Chance for them just to try and tease the ball in to the danger zone of the hosts. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. In underneath the crossbar, header down, and it could so easily have gone in. Oh, that was a reaction save to keep out Pape Gueye. What a stop from Yassine Bono. He barely had a save to make in the semi-final, but Senegal were almost ahead there. And he's had a suit, shiny suit as well, makes a fit. Valid as Pape out, and he nearly leaked out a bit there. What a chance for Pape Gueye. And another ball over the top, could be another chance here for Senegal. They're into the penalty area. Referee has given a free kick for a foul by the lumbering Nicholas Jackson, who did appear to climb into Adam Messina and knock down Mazraoui in the process. So free kick given. Referee tonight is from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Jean-Jacques Ndala, assisted by his compatriots Gillian Jackson and Gradel. He's on the touchline. The fourth official is South African and Bongile. Tom Pierre Gisland from Gabon is the main VAR official tonight. Ball into the centre circle. It's killed stone dead by Bram Diaz. Lovely piece of control. Quickly surrounded by green shirts, and that's tough loving from Lamine Camara, who burst in and took the ball off of the Real Madrid man, former Manchester City man Bram Diaz, destined to take the golden boot. The only person that can stop him now is Sadio Mane. He's going to have to score a hat-trick tonight just to share it. Kudus, always a busy player in that midfield, offers energy alongside Neil Al-Anawi and Ismail Sebari, who offer their different attributes, those three in the midfield, but all good players. Al-Anawi plays for Roma, PSV Eindhoven's Sabari, and Bilal El-Khanous is at Stuttgart. puts it up in the air. He gets it back as well from Sebari, nice and neat. Tell you one thing you do get with Senegal, they are big and strong, and they are competitive. And not dissimilar in many ways to the Nigerian approach. Some will say the Senegalese side perhaps slightly better. But you start making comparisons then of who's the best centre forward. Osherman, Jackson. Probably say Osherman, wouldn't he? So, you know, it's tricky. I think the two wide men, Mane and Jai, I get it. Yeah, I do get it. I think they got more going in those wide areas. And here comes a cross into the penalty area, and it was a dangerous one, pulled back by Sebari. Calm as you like, and he says, just calm everything down, El Hadj Malik Diouf. Left back swept it away as if there was no immediate danger. Azazuli down the left to Mazwari, back to Azazuli again, trying to take on Antoine Mendy. Preferred right back position today to Crepin Diatta, who's on the bench. Azazuli is a real live wire. The Real Betis player. Into the penalty area, it was a lunge towards the ball from Ayoub Kaba, cleared away by Antoine Mendy. Down the line, neat and tidy, Idrissa Gana Gay, run beyond the reach of Ilman Ndiaye. For a throw-in to Morocco. Buzzing atmosphere inside the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, where it's Senegal 0, Morocco 0. If you are just joining us, 9 minutes gone in the final of AFCON. And we have seen a half chance for Senegal, ball deep into the box, nearly came through to Pat Gate. Villarreal player thwarted by a save at his near post by Yassine Bourno. Headline team news, Morocco unchanged. Senegal without the suspended duo of Habib Diarra and Khalidou Koulibaly. They dropped Diatta to the bench. Mendy comes in at right back. 20-year-old Mamadou Sarr at central defence, and 22-year-old Lamine Camara in the midfield. So they've gone for 3 players under the age of 23, all to start in this final. 2 forced, 1 tactically. It's a long ball upfield by El Hadj Malik Diouf. He himself is only 21, West Ham man. West Ham with a rare Premier League win yesterday. Tottenham Hotspur giving themselves a fighting chance. The big problem with West Ham is who they're going to catch if they're going to stay up. Bournemouth? There's going to need to be someone like that. Leeds won again yesterday. Forest got a good point against Arsenal. Anyway, enough about the Premier League. By the way, Aston Villa 0, Everton 1, a result from earlier. Wolves 0, Newcastle 0. The Wolves improvements continue. Not too many goals in the Premier League. We're not expecting a cacophony of goals here, but it's broadly very fascinating. Sadio Mane, lovely skills, backheels the ball down the line, now plays in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr. A wag of the finger from Naya Fergat, who's dumped Sadio Mane to the ground. The match ball tonight, by the way, has changed its colour to a rather vivid metallic gold. Gold ball is just about to get lifted into the Morocco penalty area. They've been the brighter side at the moment, Senegal. They've dug in deeper and settled in better in this final, despite the fact that they're playing in front of a partisan home crowd. 32nd meeting between the two countries. Unbelievably, this is the first ever AFCON meeting between these two countries. 11.5 minutes gone. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. Free kick is box bound. And it comes. Malik Diouf, it's off of a Morocco defender. I think that's going to be a goal kick, is it? Yeah, it's a goal kick. It was Mamadou Sarr that got the flick. Mamadou Sarr got in there. He must have got the glance. Oh, yes, he did. He got the glance ahead of Mazraoui. And that's what took it behind for a goal kick. I thought it came off of Mazraoui, to be honest, but it didn't. Just goes to show an action replay on the monitor next to me. Slowed down does make life a lot easier in those decision-making moments. Of course, the referee doesn't get that most of the time, does he? But he's a lot nearer to it than me. He's probably got better eyesight than me as well. Mazraoui. It's a nice win in the air from El Kaba. El Kaba hasn't really got involved yet. Here's Hakimi down the right-hand side. They'll be looking to get him forward. El Kanous. Hakimi again. That's with Al-Anawi. Hakimi once more. Bit of steam being built up here by the hosts of this tournament, Morocco. Mazraoui down the line to Al Zalzouli into the penalty area, trying to get the cross in with Sebari. Blocked by Sarr, cleared by Mendy, retrieved by Al-Anawi. Goes backwards, and Messina turning away from danger and then deciding with Lamin Camara breathing down his neck, the best route is back to his goalkeeper. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. 13 minutes gone. Here come Morocco, starting to step it up again now. Ismail Sabara up towards the edge of the penalty area. Sabara left-footed but wide. Pulled it wide. It was a disappointing finish to what was a promising run. But he picked the ball up just inside the Senegal half and carried it all the way into the penalty area, and he had an opening there, and you know what? That is a better chance than perhaps most people will give it credit for, because he's pulled that one wide, and well, Senegal for the first time this evening showing a little bit of defensive naivety, because they opened up in a vital area there, and that was a chance for Ismail Sabari, but he pulled it wide. Mendy. He's a slightly more forward-thinking defender. He's slightly quicker than Crepin Diatta, even though less experienced. And the thinking there is, there's just to try and keep up with Abdi Azalzouli's pace, and he has got pace and trickery down the flank, and I just felt that he was the better man, better equipped to deal with it. Mamadou Sarr, he settled in well, the young 20-year-old at the back. Wide to Iliman Ndiaye. Ndiaye has gone for the return. It was a clever flick by Nicholas Jackson. It's been picked up by Lamin Camara all the way back to Antoine Mendy. Now they've entered their own half for a second here, Senegal. Mamadou Sarr. And a long ball from Idrissa Gana Gueye. Big responsibility on his shoulders tonight, the captain. For so long, Sadio Mane was the man with the captain's armband, but he's relinquished that. He's in the starting lineup, but he doesn't want any of that responsibility anymore. He's a free spirit over there, still a good player. But here come the Moroccans, breezing forward with Sebari again. It's out to the left, inside the penalty area is Azalzouli. Azalzouli tries to find a way around the outside. Good defending. Excellent strength from Antoine Mendy, and that's exactly why he has been included ahead of Diatta. That was good strength to get in front of Azalzouli and saying, no, you know what, you're not getting past me, that's going behind for a goal kick, no matter what. Good defending by Mendy. Only his fifth cap, Mendy, and that was excellent, excellent play. AFCON 2025 final, we've no, we're in 2026. Little to separate these two sides. They've both won 5 and drawn 1 in this competition. Morocco have only conceded 1. There's been 2 shots from Senegal, 3 shots from Morocco already in this first 16 minutes. Senegal ranked 19th in the world by FIFA. Morocco, after their semi-final exploits in the last World Cup, are currently ranked 11th. Both will be playing at the World Cup next summer. A throw in, Mazraoui to take. Let's put it down the line. It's gone out of play. Now it's going to be a Senegal throw. And Morocco in the World Cup. Group C, Brazil, Scotland, Haiti. Senegal Group I, France, Norway, and one of the playoff winners. They'll be playing that game against one of the playoff winners. It's a third game in the group, and that will be Bolivia, Suriname or Iraq, and that will be in Canada, the BMO field in Toronto. 17 minutes gone here. His next competitive game after this will be June the 13th in New Jersey against Brazil. It could be interesting, you know. Morocco will give them a game, especially if they take the handbrake off and try and involve Hakimi. Referee's stopped play here at the moment. He's having a deep conversation with a couple of players. I think it's Antoine Mendy and Abdi Azazuli. Morocco fans making lots of noise in the AFCON final, where it is still Senegal 0, Morocco 0. Senegal, 18 minutes in, you'd say they probably started the better. It's pretty even though. Morocco have, in the last 10 minutes, shown a couple of promising exerts forward, but without really getting in on goal. Here's Sadio Mane, dangles the leg in front of the defender and manages to coax it away. It's a good ball out to Iliman Ndiaye. Good interception by Mazraoui. Ndiaye is Everton, beating Aston Villa at Villa Park earlier on today. Didn't need him, but he'll be back for Everton next weekend. He's up against Mazraoui today of Manchester United. Wandering out from the back, Moussa Niakhaté. No sign that they're missing those two suspended players so far, Senegal. Very even final. Well, if it's not going to go the distance to penalties or even extra time, then it's going to probably come down to one moment, one big moment. Take that chance. And we've seen one big moment in the game so far, and that was the effort towards goal from Pat Gay for Senegal very early on, saved at the near post by Yassine Bono. That goes in, makes it very interesting. He's so nervously balanced, it perhaps needs a goal to entice a change of policy from both teams. Idrissa Gay, but he's given the ball away, and that's pretty poor from Idrissa Gay. Through ball to middle, Azazuli chips it over the goalkeeper. That was Morocco's big chance, and it fell to Ismail Sabari, and he's chipped it over the goalkeeper and he's put it wide. Fed by Ayoub El Khabi. Good pass as well. He's had two sights of goal, Ismail Sabari rather, and it is actually going to be a free kick. He was offside, it wouldn't have counted, but that really has to be in the back of the net. Goal or no goal, you've got to be taking that chance. Gilt-edged chance at both ends now. Sabari for Morocco earlier on. Pat Gay for Senegal. 0-0. Just got to take those chances. They're the big moments that could win you the game. Idrissa Gay, forward by Niakhaté. Idrissa Gay again. A little bit too much pace on that one for El Hadj Malik Diouf. And out for a throw-in. Lions of Teranga 0. The Atlas Lions 0. It's a Lions final. Here come Senegal. Again, they've got that strength and force, and the likes of Pat Guy and Niakhaté, very big, strong players. Going to cause problems from set plays as well, as we've already seen from that early free kick. That might be their undoing of Morocco. Morocco win the ball back in the middle of the midfield, but Bilal El Khanous is adjudged to have fouled, and in all honesty, don't see what his argument is about. He's picked up the ball and remonstrated with the referee, but Pat Guy was shoved to the ground. I don't think there was any argument really. 22 minutes gone. We're nearly a quarter of the way through. It's where we expect it to be. Honours even, 0-0. Arsene Wenger, ambassador for CAF. He's been at most of the games, enjoying himself. He's here tonight, enjoying his role in the stands. It's been a very eventful opening 22 minutes. Both sides have had a sight of goal, a good sight of goal. It's been fairly even. I think this does come down to who can take their chance. Who can take that big chance? Iliman Ndiaye, he's done well. Nicholas Jackson holds it up equally as well. Lamine Camara into the feet of Antoine Mendy. Backwards to Mamadou Sarr. It's going to be chased down by Ezzazzouli, but it does make it all the way back to goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. Niakate. And Diouf. Played round the corner by Pape Gueye. And up in the air for Makimi. Up goes Nicholas Jackson, but it drops favourably into El Anawi. El Anawi is tripped up and he will win a free kick. El Anawi of Roma, and that's a yellow card, first yellow card of the game. And it's been shown to a Senegalese player for the trip on El Anawi. I think it might have been Lamine, but just Lamine Camara. Yeah, he's gone flying in. Nicholas Jackson was in behind. It was the challenge from Lamine Camara. That's going to be a caution for that, I'm afraid. First yellow card of the final. This time we're not talking about he'll miss the next game, he won't miss the next game, he's on a tightrope. No more tightropes apart from the fact that if he picks up another yellow card today, he will of course be off. 24 gone, Senegal 0, Morocco 0. They've only won once in 9 visits to Morocco, to play Morocco that is. Of course they've won 5 and drawn 1 of their 6 matches so far in this competition, Senegal. They've had 9 visits to Senegal, 1 win, that was 2012, 14 years ago. So today is the first time these two sides have played in the AFCON. Morocco got the ball, Adam Messina's got it on the edge of his own penalty area, and he's lumped that high up the field. It bounces on the edge of the penalty area and up into the arms of Edouard Mendy. Vastly experienced goalkeeper, a Champions League winner, no less. Mamadou Sarr seems to be enjoying his commitment to being the replacement for the experienced captain Kalidou Koulibaly at the back. Haj Malik Diouf down the line towards Mane, but it's knocked up nicely by Hakimi. Good battle that between Hakimi and Mane, two great pros. Here's a through ball from Sebara, trying to release Abdul Ezzazzouli. I don't think it's the ball that Abdul Ezzazzouli wanted. Possession-wise, Senegal have had over 57.5% of the possession so far. Less than 43% possession from the hosts, Morocco. Now they step forward with Antoine Mendy down the line and knock and go for Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson into the box. It'll come back out to Lamine Camara. Helps it on to Pape Gueye. Now Malik Diouf. Pape Gueye again. Now Sadio Mane. Trying to hold off the threat of Bilal El Khanous, who just shoves Mane to the ground. Mane is quickly up and remonstrating with the referee. Why wasn't it a yellow card? Well, it wasn't quite in the same bracket as the one from Lamine Camara a minute ago that did pick up a yellow card. Morocco came through the so-called group of death in this competition, and they're in the group of death in the World Cup are Senegal. A tough old group that. France first game, Norway, potentially Iraq, or Bolivia, or Suriname maybe. Brazil, Scotland, Haiti. Morocco have got to stand a chance there, haven't they? In that group. Got to stand a chance with a lot of the third place teams going through as well. Showdown, well, you know what, you say a showdown with Scotland for second place. I'm not so sure the South Americans are going to be putting up trees at the Summer World Cup, you know. Here comes a free kick. Well, it was just inside the Morocco half. It was taken by Lamine Camara, and he's whacked it straight down the middle and straight up for a goal kick. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I think he was trying to get the better of the goalkeeper. But you're not going to. You could try that 100 times, and I don't think he's going to cause any concern in any of those 100 attempts if he did try it. And that is just wasted. Get it out wide, play it short, start an attacking, passing move. Don't just give it back to the opposition that easily. Here's Pat Gay, strong. Iliman Ndiaye back to goal. Biting in for the challenge was Mazraoui. This is Azal Zuli. Mazraoui again. Down the line he goes, over the halfway line, slips it forward. Can't quite find Azal Zuli. Good strength from Antoine Mendy. He's got back up as well on this near side from Ndiaye. Taken on the chest, edge of his own penalty area. Mamadou Sarr. Cross to Moussa Niakate of Lyon. Back line. One Premier League player and 3 players that play in the French Ligue 1. For Senegal. How much will it make a difference? I suppose it was only a matter of hours between the 2 semi-finals on Wednesday, but Morocco needed extra time and penalties. That would have been energy sapping, as they would have had the same preparation time, a rest day, and then back into it Friday, Saturday, 2 sessions. I suspect Senegal might feel that they've got a slight advantage without playing extra time. Long ball forward, trying to release Sadio Mane down the right-hand side. He's gone racing after it, but Yassine Bono makes sure that he doesn't get it. Goes behind for a goal kick. Still 0-0. Still waiting for that first goal. Good win in the air from Mendy again. He's having a really good game at right back. You see why they've included him. Morocco in possession. Haven't seen an awful lot of Brahim Diaz so far. To the halfway line, Messina slots it forward. Decent ball as well, Sabari. There's a bit of room on the left for Abdi Azal Zuli. Azal Zuli against Mendy. He's got 2 defenders to try and get around now. The other being Lamine Camara. Under the challenge of Iliman Ndiaye. Down goes a Moroccan player and wins a free kick in a very dangerous position. Mazraoui was the player caught. Mazraoui went flying to the ground. Free kick given. Now, from wide on the left-hand side, just a yard or so further back than the 18-yard line, but out towards the near touchline. It's a free kick. A concern for Pap Thiao's team. Pap Thiao, appointed just over 2 years ago, succeeding Aloui Cissé. Led the Senegal A team to the 2022 National Championship, the Chan. Taken his country to the World Cup. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. This is a big free kick. It's going to be whipped in. Here it comes, and it's over everyone. And an apologetic hand in the air from Abdi Azal Zuli. Wasn't the greatest free kick by any stretch of the imagination. It's got to be better than that. It's got to be better than that. That's not a good delivery. Possession-wise, Nigeria, Senegal enjoying the better of it. Their fans, small pocket of them today. There's only about 3,000 of them dancing away in their bright colours. They played the goal kick short. It's a good press from Morocco. Chance to clear for Moussa Niakate. That's a foul. Push in the back on Idrissa Gana Gay. Free kick is taken quickly. Referee's happy with it, even though the free kick taken by Sadio Mane saw Mane go down. Al-Hajj Malik Diouf has bulldozed his way past 2 challenges, and 3 and 4 and 5. He's up to the halfway line. He's rode his luck there a little. Not quite so much Pap Gay, who lost the ball. It's won again by Lamine Camara. Dug in well. Really competitive, that midfield struggle out there. As Ozuli got the better of Pap Gay. And it's Morocco that have got it back again. Back to Hakimi. Brahim Diaz. Hakimi. So, tackled by Pap Gay. Senegal have got it back now. Still 0-0. Both sides competitive. Sadio Mane taken off of him fair and square as well by Bilal El Khanous. Mazraoui to Al-Zuli. Mazraoui again, 2 green shirts immediately in front of him, so he goes backwards. Ismail Sabari. And now Gat, former West Ham man, of course, now with Marseille in the south of France. Had a good win yesterday, 5-2 away at Angers, to keep their interests alive in the French Ligue 1 title race. Out wide to Sabari on the left-hand side. There's Ozuli, Sabari, Al-Anawi. Khanous. Good running from Brahim Diaz, trying to slot the ball forward to Hakimi, who had made a good run into the channel. Cross quickly to clear the ball in time was Moussa Niakate. They return to their clubs this week, Hakimi and Niakate, and they'll be playing each other in the next couple of weeks. Lyon against Paris Saint-Germain in France. Iliman Ndiaye has gone down and needs some treatment for Senegal. So there's going to be a first break in play in this game. Ndiaye down just outside his own penalty area on the right-hand side, this near side of the pitch. Chance for Papa Thiaw to speak to a couple of his players. Thiaw, by the way, good goal-scoring record as an international player. 16 caps for the Lions of Teranga, 5 goals he got. Played in France for Saint Etienne and Metz. Had a little spell at Alaves in Spain, Switzerland for Lausanne. He even had a stint at Dynamo Moscow in Russia. A varied playing career. But this would be the pinnacle of his coaching career if he could pull off the African Cup of Nations. Pate Ciss, it seems, is warming up. Should Iliman Ndiaye be unable to carry on. Well, the throw-in now can be taken. Back up and running. Iliman Ndiaye has gone off the field. I suspect he will come on in a second, but will he be able to carry on? That's the big question. Brahim Diaz back to Hakimi, loses out though. Good combination play between Papa Gay and Sadio Mane, and a through ball towards Iliman Ndiaye, who's back on the field. Iliman Ndiaye, great save by the foot of the goalkeeper. Yassine Bono, an instant hero to the Moroccan faithful, because that is a massive chance. threaded through superbly by Sadio Mane, and he's through with the keeper to beat. He slots it past the goalkeeper, who just gets the toes of his yellow boot on his right foot to it. So close to an opener for Senegal. Iliman Ndiaye, is he fit enough to carry up? I think so. He should be after that run. And they've only conceded 1 goal in 6 in this competition, Morocco. But that was the big moment of the game so far. Here they come again. Mamadou Sarr gets it back once more from Nicholas Jackson. Mamadou Sarr not afraid to get forward and help out his attackers. Iliman Ndiaye wide on the right-hand side. They've got a taste for it now, Senegal. In possession down the near side. Ndiaye back to Idrissa Gana Gate. And then across to El Hadj Malik Diouf. Kate. Kamara finds the feet of Antoine Mendy. Mendy takes a couple of touches, steadies himself. Mamadou Sarr, Moussa Niakate. And out wide to Sadio Mane, a chance to tease his way past Hakimi. He does. He goes down under the challenge, and the referee says play on. Nicholas Jackson can't quite keep it in his stride. And then a free kick is given against Nicholas Jackson for the foul on Neil El-Anouawi. Yeah, free kick. Well, that was nearly an abracadabra moment for Iliman Ndiaye, but what a save from Yassine Bono. Just managed to get his toe cap to the ball and divert it, otherwise it's in. It was an inch away from being a whole different story. And a long ball forward. It's come off a defender, the run into the box from Ez Al-Zouli, but he's taken it straight to the corner flag, and the corner has been given. It must have come off a defender there, that ball over the top. So up comes Massina, up comes Negard. Cross in from Az-Zouli, headed away at the near post. Az-Zouli again, lovely turn to get away from his marker. Great ball in, just needed a touch. And that touch wasn't forthcoming from Naif Agard. He threw everything at it, and he just got the merest of brushes, but it didn't really change the direction of the ball. Great ball in from Az-Zouli, and he's kind of jumped underneath it slightly. He's missed it. It's gone through the legs of the defender behind him, and it's gone beyond the Akate without touching out for a goal kick. But that was a big moment for Morocco. Anything one team can do, the other team can pretty much match, and it's still 0-0 in the AFCON final. So free kick, and we're already 4 minutes from half time. I didn't realise how quickly time was flying. These two sides met, albeit very different sides, back in August last year in the African Nations Championship. 1-1 draw. Morocco won after extra time on penalties. Perhaps a sign of the times. Very little to match to separate these two. Papa Chow, the Senegalese coach, not too happy at the moment. Shots on target, Senegal 2, Morocco 0. It's a story in itself, isn't it? Morocco, big chance just now for Agard. If it had gone in, the hosts would have been ahead, despite being second best in this game so far. Only just second best, there's really not much in it. Senegal have had more of the ball and the better chances. Long ball to Ez Al-Zouli, looking dangerous on the left-hand side, trying to trick his way inside Antoine Mendy. Ez Al-Zouli tees it up, and a quick challenge comes in, but Ez Al-Zouli might yet profit from the loose ball. It's been played out wide by Alanawi. Hakimi. Now El Kanous. To Brahim Diaz. Hakimi. Brahim Diaz again trying to cheese his way past Malik Diouf. Slides in and puts the ball out of play for a throw into Morocco on the right-hand side, about 10 yards from the corner flag. The Lions of Teranga nil, the Atlas Lions nil in the AFCON final at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. Another injury has held up play. It's an injury, I think it's Lamine Camara, the Monaco midfielder, named the young player of the tournament in the 2023 AFCON, Lamine Camara. He's got a good goal scoring ratio as well for his country. His 30th cap today. He's got 6 goals in that time. It's not bad for a combative midfielder. He went in for the challenge and he got a bit of the ball. He got a bit of Sabari. And he also got Sabari's heel in his face. That's why he's down. Trailing leg. Smashed him in the jaw. It's rather uncomfortable, but I think he'll be okay. Senegal not taking any chances, warming up a couple of their substitutes, including Pat Matassar of Tottenham Hotspur. Not quite sure when he goes home and prepares for the game at the weekend away at Burnley. We'll have a new manager, an interim manager, or the same old manager in Thomas Frank, who's certainly under a lot of pressure, the Tottenham boss at the moment. But he's still got his job, despite that loss at home to West Ham yesterday. Senegal nil, Morocco nil. We've got about 45 seconds until we find out how many more minutes are going to be added on. I don't need a second invitation, the Morocco fans, to make a noise. And they've been magnificent all tournament, urging on this Moroccan side. There's Azuli, taking on Mendy. Mazraoui. There's Azuli again, runs straight into Mendy, who blocks him off. Squeezes it away, it's a throw to Morocco. Mazraoui, Azuli again. He's given it away though, Mazraoui. That's a good ball in towards Nicholas Jackson. Off he goes, Nicholas Jackson carrying it forward. Punches it back wide to Sadio Mane, who comes inside. The shot was deflected and it went just wide. A chance for Sadio Mane inside the penalty area. Good work from Nicholas Jackson. Prodded it forward. Mane cuts inside. That's where he's so dangerous. Got the shot in. It ricocheted back to him, I think. Mane. Yeah, it came off the defender. And behind from Sabari for a corner. This is Senegal's first corner of the match, and it comes in the second minute of 4 added minutes at the end of the half. Senegal nil, Morocco nil. At the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. Corner to be swung in over on the far side by Pape Gueye. Big side, Senegal. They're going to have plenty to aim at. It's not Pape Gueye, it's taken by Lamine Camara. So Camara waiting. At the moment, there's a chat going on between Nicholas Jackson and the referee. Jackson being blocked off from assaulting the goalkeeper Yassine Bono by Nazar Mazraoui. Pushing and shoving in that penalty area. In comes the corner. Dancing towards goal was Niakete. Couldn't get any purchase on it. Malik Diouf lifts it forward. Comes to Mazraoui ahead of dropping to Njai. And now it's the Moroccans that can come forward in numbers. Mazraoui again. Azazuli to Sabari, shakes off the attentions of Kamara. Takes it out to the right-hand side, and Nayef Egard. Egard inside to Adam Messina, the quite unassuming, quietly very, very important part of the defensive unit that has conceded just the one goal all tournament. And they could have conceded a couple of big chances in the first half, most notably Iliman Ndiaye. Gay inside to Idrissa Gana Gay, the captain today for Senegal. Half-time whistle is a minute, just over a minute away. Idrissa Gana Gay, long chip forward, that's going to be easy though, way beyond Nicholas Jackson. And through to goalkeeper Yassine Bono. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. But it's been given away, and here's Ndiaye driving into the penalty area. Still Ndiaye, he's played it inside. It's a shot from Kamara, which is blocked. And once again, that dynamic defence from Morocco comes to the rescue and turns defence into attack. Brahim Diaz gets it wide. Hakimi on the corner edge of the penalty area. Hakimi inside. The shot was a low drive towards goal from Ismail Sebari, and there were plenty of green shirts between him and the goal. And the block was put in by Mamadou Sarr. Now it's Azazuli. Azazuli denied again by Antoine Mendy, who's not let him get an awful lot of profit down that left-hand side. And it's gone behind, and it will be a corner kick to the hosts. But it seems whatever one team do, the other team do immediately. And they seem to match each other out with chances and blocks. There have been no goals, but there have been opportunities. Iliman Ndiaye was within a whisker of scoring. Corner played short. It's whipped in by Hakimi. It's cleared away by, of all people, Nicholas Jackson. And with that, the half-time whistle was blown. Well, this was always going to be a tight affair. Senegal 0, Morocco 0 is not a surprise scoreline at half-time in the AFCON final. Intriguing, most certainly. Two very evenly matched sides, most certainly. Senegal have had the best chance. Iliman Ndiaye denied by a toe poke from the goalkeeper, prevented it going into the corner.
All the African Footballer of the Year award winners since 2017, they're all in the semi-finals. So the conditions here, the pitches, the low temperatures, and also Mohamed Salah, for example, he was the happiest I've ever seen him at an AFCON because his hotel was amazing. All the teams were in separate hotels. He was hidden away. He was playing volleyball on the beach. He was saying what an amazing environment it was. So all these conditions have played a part in getting the best out of the best teams and the best players.
Is that why we've had the best teams then progress through? The cream has risen to the top. Has it been one of the most predictable international tournaments?
I wouldn't say the most predictable because we've always had we're guessing a little bit because there's always an outsider, one or two outsider. But with all that you just said, honestly, it's amazing. And at the end of the day, the two teams are in the final have been the most productive on every, I would say, levels, whether it's youth or first team for the last couple of years. Senegal has been amazing, youth, women. Morocco, they won the under-17 World Cup, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's only fair. There's no rocket science. There's a process that's been put in place. There's been time. There's a recipe. There's a blueprint that Morocco and Senegal have been displaying, and now they're reaping the benefit of what they've been doing over the last decade.
I think this is even great for football, what he just mentioned now, because it's like sending out a message to the African nations. If you want to succeed in football, there's nothing like just talent is enough now. Now you need to have this process. You have to this like these two nations have done. Morocco started way back in 2001. So it's been 25 years in working. The same thing happens to Senegal. New stadium, brand new stadium, youth development program. They've been dominating African football to both nations. So it's no rocket science. You get what you put in.
Because of the significant investment, and in particular here in Morocco and what they've done, could this be the start of an era of dominance? Is there a danger that some other African nations could be left behind because the amount of investment that's come into Morocco?
Well, the dominance has started already 3 years ago. When they got to the semi-finals of the World Cup, that dominance started. Because the fact that we call it the friendly bragging rights, they can now tell the whole Africa, we are on top of you. Now what's left is winning the World Cup itself and winning the AFCON. They are a step away from it. So you cannot succeed at this level if you don't have infrastructure. Now, infrastructure varies. The quality you have in different countries is going to vary. Like Morocco, they can afford to have it like this. But that is no excuse for other lesser nations not to do the same. You don't need to have it as beautiful as this. But the most essential things are the pitch itself has to be good so that your players can consistently improve.
You're talking about dominance. Morocco, to be fair, they have been dominant. And other nations got to take example. There's no shame as having a leaders. Then you can build on from your own authenticity or authentic self. But Morocco, they've been doing so well. The infrastructure is something that you're going to follow with your own reality, because sub-Saharan countries is not the same as Maghreb. We all know that for different reasons. But in our own self, in our own culture, all of us got to follow what Morocco has been doing, what Senegal has been doing, because that's going to be the glory and the success for the whole continent. Because don't get me wrong, that's what we all talk about. But there's a difference between the theory and the practice. Can you listen and apply? If they can apply, the whole continent is going to be dominant over the world, and it's coming already anyway.
Let me make you laugh now. You see, when we were playing in Africa, when you're playing, you're thinking of the ball, you're thinking of a position, you're thinking of the pitch. You know, how the bounce was going to be like. The moment we went professional abroad, we had 3 opponents prior. Now we have just 2 to think about, just the opponent, because you know when the ball bounces, it's going to be right. and that's what's back. That's what we have in Africa now. That's what the Senegalese are enjoying. That's what the South Africans are enjoying. That's what the Moroccans are enjoying. And you can see these nations, the quality of the football and the leagues are going there. For me, I am excited that this is happening because it's showing the way that the excuse is no longer, oh, we can't do it, only the Europeans can do it, only the Americans can do it. You have now your own brothers and sisters doing it. All you have to do is imitate and do the same.
The revenue that the Cup of Nations brings in, the opportunities to play at the highest level for teams across Africa is important. After 2028, this will be a tournament held every 4 years. Is that going to hold back African football? Is that a good thing? What do you both think about that?
For me, there's different reading, because there's the emotional part. As a lover of the game, you want to see the game every 2 years because that gives chances for Mali brothers, for the continent to be seen. And then there's the business part of it. And that's what people can make the difference. There's the art of football and the business of football. And in the term of business, when you try to look at it from the governance standpoint, it's a bit tricky. It's difficult. But all I say to people is we shouldn't be a victim. We shouldn't position ourselves as a victim. Let's take care of ourselves, whether it's money-driven or not. Let's take care of what we're doing, because when you are owning your own side of the street, you get your word at the table, and your word worth way more weight than when you keep pointing the finger at somebody else. So for me, every 4 years, what can you do? Personally, I can't do nothing, but what I can do is add value to my football and to help this football to develop to the best self.
Well, let's not forget that just side by side, this every 4 years now, there's the Nations League that's going to be introduced. So there's going to be also a nations, participation annually that is going to be going on. So it's kind of like it's not really that bad as people are looking at. The advice I always give my continent people, and I give the word is, before you criticize, everything has its own merits and its disadvantages. Just pick the one that suits you the best.
Lots of press conferences today, Lee, including from Patrice Motsepe, the president of the Confederation of African Football. He's been defending that decision to make AFCON every 4 years. He says, part of my objective is to make sure the African Nations League, which Sunday just mentioned, competes with the AFCON. We've got to make it at least as exciting, if not more. And he says we have to listen to our sponsors, fans and the media. We appreciate your criticisms, because lots of people have said it shouldn't be happening, should still be every 2 years. It's a learning curve. And he says, one day when I'm no longer the CAF president, I'll look back at the leadership and be proud of the good job that I've done. It must continue.
It's all about decision-making. It's decision-making, never going to please anybody. And don't get me wrong, until you've tried it, you can't tell that it's bad. And that's trust me, on our continent we're the best for that. We know how to criticize, and we will, because we haven't tested it. But they're looking for financial sustainability, and that's what they're trying to do. Are they doing it the right way, the wrong way? We're only going to find out until it's done. Now, just wait and see. If they're not doing well, we're going to be there to criticize, because that's what people do. But I would give them the benefits of the doubt. You tried, let's go.
Sunday, I have to ask you about Nigeria and their performances at this tournament, going all the way through to the semi-finals, scoring plenty of goals. Victor Osimhen just 2 away from equalling the late Rashidi Yakini's all-time goal-scoring record for Nigeria. What did you make of their performances at the tournament?
I think we started not very well against Tanzania. That was not one of the best games, but ever since we grew. We grew. And like I said earlier, the last 3 games we played before we played Morocco was about the best I've seen the Super Eagles play in over 2 decades. That was the domination, the Nigerian attitude. That was, we come at you and we are going to impose our game in the game. I really like that flair. But when we ran into Morocco, then we found out now our limits, what our limit is so far. The question is, what do we do now? Are we going to cry that we lost this? Or are we going to do what intelligent nations do? That is, go back to the drawing board. Okay, we've gone back to the drawing board so much in Nigeria, I think it's all clean now. so no, go back together and sit down and say, okay, what are we going to do now? We've gone this far. How do we improve on it? What players are still going to be here in 4 years? What players do we ask to please leave the scene? What players should continue to play? So I think it's been good. It's been good. It depends on how you look at it.
And that goal-scoring record, how much would that mean to Osimhen? He did say, Yakini is the all-time greatest striker the nation has produced, but he's very close to that record now.
Listen, I'm not a fan of people who look for individual accolades when you're playing with the national team. I'm not a fan of it at all. I think what makes you great in Africa, in fact, it's worldwide, is what you bring back to your nation as silverware. It's useless for me to score. Go speak to George Weah, one of the greatest players ever to play, in fact, one of the greatest Africans ever to play the game. One of the greatest things, one of the saddest moments he has, because he's a friend of mine who's spoken, is that he never got to play at the World Cup. So you see, those are the kind of things that are more important than individual accolades. You have to win, brings back silverware. You know, people like in my generation, we brag when we're talking to our kids. Hey, I brought 3 trophies home. I won the Olympics, I won the AFCON, and I won the Afro-Asian Cup. You know, and your kids are like, wow, Papa, you know, and they touch the medals, they touch it all. But, you know, in public, you don't do that, but at home, you enjoy it. And you get treated that way when you go back to Nigeria. So I think at the end of the day, it's good. It's good for the young man if he can win, if he can break Rashidi's record. But there was one thing Rashidi had. Rashidi almost single-handedly qualified us for the 1994 World Cup. Rashidi won the AFCON, African Player of the Year, won titles at the club level. You know, and so you see, those are things that I think the young man should be looking forward to. I have to get my nation to a World Cup, or to win the AFCON, for example.
And of course, individually, you still scored for your nation as well, very significant goals, like against Spain at the World Cup.
Yeah, you know, every 4 years when the World Cup is about to start and they're showing the previews or something like that, believe me, I can tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you, it feels good looking at it.
We're live in Rabat, Morocco's capital, the city which stretches along the Atlantic coastline. Let's give you a sense of what it's like then to be here on the eve of such a huge game. To the north of this city, there's the rocket-shaped Mohammed VI Tower. To the south, there is the state-of-the-art Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium, 2 symbols of the country's modern ambition. At its heart, though, remains the Rabat Medina. Well, you couldn't get more of a contrast between the state-of-the-art Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium, where the final of the Cup of Nations will be held, to here in the Rabat Medina. In the early 20th century, this walled Medina by the sea was the full extent of the city. It's small enough to be easily explored in half a day. Its streets are tangled enough to make getting lost inevitable. Luckily, I have my guide with me, Hassan Aloui. Marhaba, Hassan.
أهلا وسهلا مرحبا.
Now, thank you very much, Hassan, for showing me around. So tell us about the Medina and the souk where we are now.
Well, it's the old quarters of Rabat, long time before the French came here to Morocco in 1912. But this is the part of Rabat which is historical one, centuries old. This place, for the people who don't know it, is like a bazaar, like more or less a souk. You can find anything and everything you may like to find in a Moroccan street. Shops now with the African Cup, as you can see, they are selling lots of shirts. Every country is represented here.
Yes, this shop in front of us has got so many shirts. We can pick out so many different names, can't we? Ronaldo, Eto'o, Messi, Maldini, Totti, so many.
And all the countries too. You can see Algeria, Senegal, all the countries that took part in this Africa Cup. And you can see everything connected with football in this shop.
Excuse me, sir, do you mind if we talk to you about the Africa Cup of Nations? What has it been like for you as a stallholder here in the souk during this tournament?
For me, it's nice to be here in Rabat, to see different people from different countries.
Has it been good for business, this tournament?
Yes, it's good. It's good for business, especially for hotels and transport. A little bit for clothes.
Let me ask you, so much money has been spent on football in this country.
Yes.
Is that to the benefit then? Is that worth all the cost?
Yes, we spend a lot of money, but the structure, you can see the road, you can see the building, you can see that it have an effect.
And the World Cup will be here in 4 years' time. What will that be like?
Well, inshallah, if we are here. But I think it's good for Morocco, for economic.
We wish you the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us.
You are welcome. And have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you. Well, let's have a wander through then. Hassan, take me through this labyrinth in front of us. Is this where I lose my money then? Is this where I have to spend lots?
You may spend a lot, but you don't have to. But here you can find a lot of Senegalese supporters now. I saw so many of them today. And of course there are lots of Moroccan supporters, but this place is coming to life now after the mid-afternoon prayer, but in the morning it's very quiet, and during around midday, 1 o'clock, it's completely dead because everyone is either in a mosque or having lunch. People can find food, buy goods, everything you can think of is here.
I have spotted one Senegalese fan. There's a lady here draped in the Senegalese flag. Excuse-moi, how do you feel about Senegal's chances on Sunday?
Nous sommes Sénégalais, on est fiers d'être Sénégalais et on espère bien remporter la coupe et avoir les deux.
Well, she's very hopeful. She is wishing for Senegal to win it this Sunday so that Senegal can have 2 stars on their jersey. She said that Morocco did organize this competition very well. The Senegalese people were well welcomed in this country. There were absolutely no problems. The only thing that which is not going well is finding a ticket.
On a un problème d'avoir les tickets pour la CAN, mais à part ça, tout est nickel, tout s'est bien passé et on espère gagner la CAN, Inch'Allah, Rabi.
Someone else who needs a ticket for Sunday. We hope you get that ticket. Bonne chance on Sunday. Bonne chance.
Merci
Au revoir. Merci.
La 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 la, hey, la 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 la.
We've just stopped outside a shop that's got a number of shirts of the Moroccan team on there. Let me stop and ask you, what has it been like to have the Africa Cup of Nations here in Morocco?
Yes, it's very nice. In Morocco, it's very the people is very nice with the team, another team. Be grateful for Morocco. You win the cup. It's very nice for the country, for the Africa, for the rest of the world. It's recognized. Team Morocco is very good.
Big celebrations then on Sunday.
Big, yes, big celebration on Sunday.
Hassan, this is the perfect way to end our tour then, with our tea and with our sweets as well.
Oh, definitely. This is how the Moroccan greet their guests and how they tell them goodbye and see you next time. There is nothing better than sweet tea with Moroccan sweets.
Well, what a perfect way to say thank you very much, Hassan, for our tour today. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Anytime.
A flavour of what it is like here in Rabat during the Africa Cup of Nations. Delighted to say the Moroccan football journalist and broadcaster Amin El Amri is here alongside John Bennett and myself.
On the far side, and it's Mazroui that comes away with the ball ahead of Ilman Njait. So many intriguing battles out on the pitch, and that's a good turn for Mamadou Sarr. You know, they brought in Antoine Mendy and Mamadou Sarr, two young players, one's 20, one's 21. They've been brilliant at the back, both of them. 0-0, minute and a half into the second half. Long ball forward by Pap Gate. Interesting. Sadio Mane just fell over, was controlling the ball. Getting the slice of the ball was Aegard. He got the last touch. It's going to be a throw to the... It's actually gone behind. It's a corner. Him off of Aegard. Mentioned the golden match ball, special edition. It's named the Itri, which means the star in Berber. Didn't go to a corner, it went to a goal kick in the end, by the way. That was Morocco haven't won the AFCON in 50 years. The last win, 1976. How apt would that be that they could follow it up with another win today? It's been a while. Senegal, by contrast, appearing in the third final of four. 2019, 2021, 2025. The odd one out, of course, being the last one, 2023, when Ivory Coast snuck past Nigeria in that final. The hosts winning the last time out. Can the hosts be victorious this time out? It's a hard one to call. It's a very, very hard one to call. Rolling his man, Lamine Camara goes down. Referee has blown his whistle, but given the free kick away of the Moroccans, it was Idrissa Gana Gueye who lent in on El Anawi. In the air from Al Hajj Malik Diouf. Interesting one. Aegard jumped a bit too early there, but still won the aerial duel against Nicholas Jackson. It's all the way back to Adam Messina. Now into the midfield, Sebari. Mazroui, always solid and dependable in that left-back position. Good turn in the midfield by Sebari again. Has to go all the way back to Adam Messina. Comfortably over the halfway line. The former Watford man gives it to Mazroui. Mazroui. That's good from him. Sebari down the left. Can he get the cross in? He can, and he was ready to pounce there. El Kaabi. It was an important header by Moussa Niakate. And El Hajj Diouf puts it behind for a corner. Great chance that for Morocco. And they win a corner off of it. Hakimi to take. He's going to swing it in, right-footed from the right-hand side. So it's going to be an outswinger. Placed in across the 6-yard box, eludes everyone. Racing after it, Ismail Sebari. Turns it backwards. Messina lobs it back in again. In goes Hakimi, claims for a corner, up against Sadio Mane. And Sadio Mane is adjudged to have got the final touch, according to the assistant referee. And a corner is given. Here it comes from Hakimi. Same delivery, same result over everyone. As Azuli on the far side of the penalty area retrieves it, comes inside, tees it up, and then a thrusted shot towards goal from Sebari is blocked, and back in the Morocco half, it's Mazroui that retrieves it. He's the only player inside the half apart from his goalkeeper. Good running from El Zouli. Can he get the cross in? Good blocking again from Mamadou Sarr. Good spell this from the hosts. It needs a goal. It needs a breakthrough. It needs a moment of composure in front of goal. Something we just haven't had in this game so far. There's a chance for Antoine Mendy to win the ball back, but is he judged to have fouled El Zouli? Down goes El Zouli. Free kick on the edge of the penalty area, wide on the left-hand side. Blocked off by the forearm of Antoine Mendy of Nice. Well, still, whilst there have been chances, there has been no composure, as I keep saying. Who can get that all-important breakthrough? Because these two sides both have such watertight defences. You think that even at this stage, a goal could be the winner. Who's going to get there? Who's going to get over the line? Is it needing extra time? Is it needing penalties? I've got the answers to these questions, I promise you. Just haven't got them yet. Free kick, Morocco, on the left-hand side. Tim Azazreli, he put it straight in the two-man wall. Sorry, Hakimi, and he's put it straight in the two-man wall and straight up for a throw-in. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. And Mazraoui all the way back to Messina. Messina will go across. Agar was in good form prior to the tournament for Marseille. Header away was a good one from Moussa Niakhaté. Niakhaté of Lyon. So off of Brahim Diaz for a throw-in, which will be taken by El Hadj Malik Diouf in the left-back position for Senegal. Into the midriff of Sadio Mane, who's down on the ground, gets up quickly trying to win the ball back. Hakimi plays it inside, he runs across Saberi. Saberi can't make anything of it, and there might be a chance of an Idrissa Gueye breakaway. Quickly down the line to Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson, right-hand side, into the penalty area. It's stopped, but it's still alive. Iliman Ndiaye goes on the outside. He's now into the penalty area, right in the corner. Played back carefully. Mendy inside. Mamadou Sarr, but the referee's blown a whistle. There's a man down for Senegal, for Morocco inside the penalty area. Sebari, it's got caught. Just as the player went down inside the penalty area, Nicholas Jackson seemed to land on the heel of the Moroccan midfielder, which is why there's a break in play. The golden match balls today for the AFCON final. It's a bit bizarre, but metallic gold footballs. The way forward, maybe. Maybe we might see that in the World Cup final in July. Who knows? Only 6 months away. I wonder if these two sides might make progress that far. It's highly unlikely, but you just never know. We have seen an African semi-finalist in the last World Cup. Maybe, just maybe, one of these two might pose a shock. If an African is to make its mark in the World Cup, you suspect it might well be one of these two. Free kick has been given against Lamine Camara. Foul on El Khanous. So, free kick just inside the Senegalese half for Morocco. played along the back line to Moussa Niakate for Senegal. Gets to the byline. Now, can he get the cross in, Melhad Al-Diouf? Doesn't, but it's played back into Sadio Mane. Goes on the outside, still Sadio Mane wins a corner. Strong defending once again from Naya Vegard. The home fans getting behind Morocco. This is the home ground of the Mexican Giants, the big #1 team as far. 2025, the stadium underwent massive, extensive modernisation, reconstruction work to turn it into a world-class facility. It has one of those scoreboards that runs around the roof of the stadium, a little bit like the repurposed roof at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid. Pretty impressive, this stadium. World Cup's coming to town in a few years' time. Anyway, to the here and now, the cross comes in from Kamara, an overhead kick towards goal. It was on target from Papa Gay, but it was an easy catch from Yassine Bono. 12 minutes gone in the second half. In front of capacity 53,000 inside the stadium. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. Still, neither side has made that breakthrough. The defences are so watertight, but the chances have been there. They've just not taken them either side. Who's going to make the chance and take the chance? Here come Morocco into the penalty area. Surely! Oh, it's been put wide. How did that not go in? From Ayoub Karbi. It's a great ball in from Brahim Diaz. He done everything right, Brahim Diaz here. Rolls it between two defenders, exactly where he wants it. Brahim Diaz sticks out his left foot to guide it past the goalkeeper. Well, he guides it past the goalkeeper, but he guides it past the post. It's easier to score than put wide. He's done so well to put it wide. He has to score. We're talking about taking that big opportunity, and that is as big an opportunity as we have seen. Massive, massive opportunity that for Ayoub Al-Karbi. That's on par with the one missed by Iliman Ndiaye in the first half, but at least he hit the target. It was a save from goalkeeper Yassine Bono. That one, gilt-edged miss from Ayoub Al-Karbi. Well, he's got a good goal-scoring record, 20 and 52 for his country. The Olympiacos man was woeful there. He has to score. He has to score. He has to score, and he put it wide. I can't believe it. This is still 0-0. Well, we expected it to still be 0-0, really. But my goodness, mate, that could have been a match-winning moment. But it wasn't. And it's still 0-0, and it's still very much in the balance. Senegal ringing their way forward with Moussa Ndiaye, headed away by Massina. One back by Ndiaye. Challenge from Ismail Sabari comes still goalless. Here come Senegal down the right-hand side. Mendy can't squeeze it forward. Comes across. It's an interesting one just over the head of Nicholas Jackson and watched behind for a goal kick. So a goal kick, which will be taken by Yassine Bono, and we're looking at that chance again. Ayoub Al-Karbi, and it looked destined. He was ready to go and celebrate, and just as he started making his way one way, he looked the other, saw the ball went wide. Five shots from Senegal, 6 shots from Morocco, no goals scored yet, and we've had some big chances in this final. It has not been a tepid, cagey affair. It's been a very well balanced affair. Morocco's turn to try and build up from the back. A long ball forward, cut out brilliantly by Malik Diouf. Malik Diouf up towards Jackson. Jackson can't win it in the air, but then it's picked up by Sadio Mane. He pounces and gives it to Mamadou Sarr. Out wide to Mendy. Mamadou Sarr again. International friendly in March coming up for Senegal, there to play Argentina. Venue, etc., yet to be determined. March is the next game for Morocco. They'll be playing against the Netherlands. All I can tell you is that it will be in the Netherlands. It's a friendly. And Ecuador in March as well, and another opponent for Morocco. They haven't come up with a venue for that one yet. But which one of those two, Senegal and Morocco, will be labelled as AFCON winners? Well, here are Morocco on the break, and it's Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz plays it into the main man, the striker, and it comes to Azazouli, and he's curled it across the face of goal. It was Ayoub El-Kabi whose shot was blocked, and Abdou Azazouli tried to lift it beyond the goalkeeper, and he did so, but he lifted it beyond the back post as well. Great play by Brahim Diaz. Thought he had his moment to correct his mistake. Ayoub Kabi, it's a brilliant block by Mamadou Sarr, and it comes to Azazouli, tried to round the goalkeeper with a curling effort to the far post, but it was a curler that didn't have enough curl, and it went out for a goal kick. Another big chance. The two big chances in the last 5 minutes or so, Morocco. And it remains 0-0. Well, they've just got themselves composed here, Senegal. They're lucky they're not behind from that chance from Ayoub El-Kabi, but that was brilliant blocking from Mamadou Sarr. Threw his life on the line to stop Ayoub El-Kabi from firing the Moroccans ahead. Absolutely terrific defending from the 20-year-old Strasbourg player. He's been a shining star for Strasbourg this season. He's certainly one for the future, highly sought after. Shows Senegal over France. It's been rewarded with a starting place in place of the suspended Kalidou Koulibaly today in the defence, and he is slotted in brilliantly. Mamadou Sarr on the ball now. Talking about him, big, strong, powerful, quick, good with the ball. He's got all the attributes. He's got everything going for him. He could be a top player. Long ball forward. It's a big ask of Diouf running down the line, and it drops just ahead of him and out for a throw-in right down by the corner flag in the right back position for Morocco with Ashraf Hakimi. Gets it back and then hoists it high in towards his own penalty area. It's been given away again. Idrissa Gueye. And wide by Antoine Mendy. Good interception by Mazraoui. Mazraoui bundles his way forward, and it's rolled into the path of El-Kabi. El-Kabi holds it up. Rolled in by Sabari, and then knocked out wide by El Khanous. El Khanous to Brahim Diaz, and now Hakimi. Hakimi with a cross. Good ball in. Sliced over his own crossbar by Moussa Niakhaté, and a corner to Morocco, who are cranking up the pressure. 20 minutes into this second half, still the AFCON final is goalless, but that was a nervy moment as the defender Moussa Niakhaté, on his favoured left foot, sliced it over his own crossbar. Corner to Morocco. Sabari's forward. Nassina's in there, Agard's in there. Big side Nigeria. That's, I keep saying Nigeria, big side Senegal. They're very similar to Nigeria in their stature. And it's a similar game to the one on Wednesday. In comes the cross. Agard beaten to it. It's another corner. It's Mamadou Sarr again, and there's blood pouring from the heads of the attacking player there, which I think was Messina. I didn't quite see it, but there's blood pouring from the two players that clashed heads there. It was a nasty one. Oh, yes. That's a nasty one indeed. Up for the header, Neil El-Anawi. And also up for the header was El Hadj Malik Diouf, and they clashed heads. And that was a very painful one. And the medics are quickly on. Two head injuries that have to be dealt with the protocol, including the doctor, so expect a little bit of a delay here. Two sides so evenly matched in the results that they've had so far. 5 wins and a draw. Morocco not conceding in 5 of their 6 matches. They've only conceded 1 goal at the AFCON. They've built their foundations on a super strong defensive lineup. But then so too has Senegal. Their experienced captain tonight, Kalidou Koulibaly, has to watch from the stands with Habib Diarra, both suspended. Heartbreaking for them on a night when they were hoping for AFCON glory. And I think he came off slightly better, El Hadj Malik Diouf, but doesn't mean it's any less painful. It was a really bad cut to the head for Neil Al-Anawi. See blood pouring out of his head by his eye almost immediately. There is some sort of bang to the head for El Hadj Malik Diouf. I don't think it's a wound. They've just got this big band of ice on his head at the moment. Well, we're at the halfway point of the second half. 3/4 of the way through. Chat going on between Edouard Mendy, the Senegalese goalkeeper, and his coach, Papa Thiaw. Both of them have got their hands over their mouths. Quite keen that some super lip reader doesn't pick up their every word. I don't quite get it sometimes. I do in situations like that when they might be talking tactics. Somewhere there's probably a lip reader on a camera trying to pick up what they're saying. But when players do it just out of conversation at the end of a game, I get that. What's it all about? So Senegal 0, Morocco 0. The delay here is Neil El-Anawi, who went up for the header, and it was a nasty one. I don't like to go into too much graphic detail, but before it landed there was blood everywhere, and it was a really nasty one. Right, to the extent where the first thing you've got to do is stem the blood and then make sure that the player is okay, and more importantly, there is no concussion, because that was a nasty one. So, innocent bang of heads between El Hadj Malik Diouf and Neil Al-Anawi. And he's a key player. He's an unsung hero in this Moroccan side, Neil Al-Anawi, the Roma midfielder. He sits in there, he just links things up. He's a good enforcer. Likes to break up the player holding midfielder. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. It's getting to that time of the day where the more we go along, we know that the next goal wins. It's almost sudden death time, isn't it? Of course, we got extra time and penalties if required. The first thing he done there when he went down, Neil El-Anawi, I noticed, was cover the cut with his shirt. He's got a white shirt on, so you'd think that would need to be changed as well. They are giving a vivid warm-up to one of the subs. Just trying to see who it is that's warming up. It looks like Targali, the Feyenoord, could be the man to come on. Former Le Havre player. His blood-spattered shirt will need changing. Al-Anawi. Cleaned him up. They've bandaged him up. There was a cut right above the eye as well, I think. So it's one where the doctor now will send some signals to the player to see if he's okay. He's had the headband removed from his head. because there was still blood coming out because it's right above his left eye. So now they've started all over again, so don't hold your breath here. We've had about 4 minutes stoppage already for this head injury. Hakimi's gone over to hold the new plaster in place. Without gloves on, you would say that's probably not health and safety savvy. Not that I'm one for the digestion of reading health and safety manuals, mind you. But he's holding the bandage on with his bare hands, whilst the medics have all got those plastic disposable gloves on. Take 2 for the head bandage. I'll be hoping this one is slightly better. So they've held that in place. Now they're going to tape it on. Looks like we're going to see a change for Senegal as well. Ibrahim Mbaye is likely to come on there. He plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Not regularly, but he's had a fair bit of game time this season for Luis Enrique's side. Next job, change that shirt. He's got a new one here. Trying to put it on without compressing the headband. And on goes the shirt for Elanawi. Ibrahim Mbaye ready to come on. We believe it could be Targeline for Elanawi if he doesn't continue. They've spent all this time strapping up his head. You think that's the idea, is to try and keep him on the pitch. And, before this corner is even taken, Messina has been flattened in the penalty area and pushed over. So he's now on the ground. And we are going to start with a corner after all that. So what's that? 3.5, 6 minutes. Only 6 minutes that's taken. So close up of Antoine Mendy's number 24 on the back of his shirt. Didn't iron it on very well. It's flapping around the 2 and the 4 at the bottom. Anyway, Achraf Hakimi is about to get this game back underway with a corner. Sends it in towards the 6-yard box. It's away and then curled to the back post. And Messina's effort has gone straight behind. And for the 3rd time, they are now trying shirt number 3, Elanawi. Every time he puts the shirt on, he seems to pick up blood from his head for some reason. This is the 3rd shirt he's put on. 3rd time lucky. He's ready to come on now. Here he comes. Bandaged up. Could he be the hero? The warrior. The man to carry Morocco over the line. Well, Senegal are about to make a triple change. Ismail Assar is going to come on as well by the look of things. Ismail Assar, Ibrahim Mbaye certainly coming on. Adventurous players, 2 wingers. Are they going for the jugular? Here, Senegal. They're not going to make that change yet. It's been cleared away just by Edouard Mendy. Foul in the centre circle, surely, but no, says the referee. It's carried forward by El Khanous. Out towards the right-hand side. Has he taken it over the line? Yes, he has. He shouldn't have done that, really. El Khanous, he had all the time in the world to stop it, and he failed to keep it in play. And here comes that triple change. Abdullah Sek is a central defender. He's coming on as well. First one, 24 for 4. So it's Antoine Mendy. He's had a very good game at right back, but now it's Abdoulaye Seck that will come in. Lamine on a yellow card is going to come off. Mbaye probably goes into that midfield. Njai is the other player to take the bow. And Ismail Sarr will come on down the right-hand side. I think it'll be Mbai in the midfield. Youngest player in the squad. Still an academy player with PSG, but he has signed pro forms and he has been playing first-team football this season in the Champions League and in Ligue 1. Luis Enrique's not been afraid to use him. More as a winger, but he can play in the middle of the park. Tell you what, they've got some pace there in those two, Ibrahim Mbai and Ismail Sarr. It does look as though Ismail Sarr has gone down one flank and Mbai's gone down the other, and Sadio Mane has gone and sat in the middle of the park in front of the two Gays, Pape and Idrissa Gana Gay. Cleared away from over on the far side by Abde Azazula. Keeps it alive for Morocco. Back to Agard. Got 13, well, we're at 12 minutes to go. Senegal 0, Morocco 0. I say 12. We've got at least 6 minutes of added time from the head injury to El Anawi. Clearance by Adam Messina. Into touch. Mendy with his number 24 flapping on the back of his shirt. Morocco are about to make their first change. Targeline was ready to come on. It does look like Oussama Targeline is the man to come on. A dozen minutes plus injury time. Then it's extra time. And if no one can step forward and win this, then they'll be stepping forward for penalties. Here come Morocco. Do you get the feeling they're slightly the likelier in this second half? Ball down the line, Ashraf Hakimi can't get the cross in, can win the corner off of El Hadj Malik Diouf. Corner to the Atlas Lions. They're going to take this opportunity to make a change. And Anawi's in there again. Let's hope there's no lengthy delay from a clash of heads on this occasion. Looks like the change is going to be made, and it's going to be Ayoub El Kabi to come off. Replaced by Targali. El Khanous is coming off as well. Double change for Morocco. Corner to come in from the right-hand side from Hakimi. And still, as we hit the 80-minute mark, this game awaits its first goal. Its first big moment. Well, first match-winning moment. Hakimi's cross, it's a deep one, it's fired in towards goal and into the arms of goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. It was a volley into the ground from Abdi Azazuli. Didn't make a clean connection. Nesri is the other player coming on, by the way, for the Moroccans. So Targeline will go straight. Felt it necessary to take off Khanous with his yellow card. Now the long ball forward to find Nicholas Jackson. He's had a very quiet game, but we all know what he can do. Here is Nicholas Jackson down the left-hand side, 2 to beat. Challenge coming in from Hakimi. It just about prevents it going out for a corner. What it doesn't prevent is it going out from the throw. Off Lamine Camara. He's got on his stat sheet, will miss the next game because that's his second yellow card. There is no next game, so let's not get too carried away. Throwing comes to nothing. Sadio Mane tried to keep the ball in play. Targali put him off, throw in to Morocco. Here is the clearance from Achraf Hakimi. Towering header from Mamadou Sarr all the way through to goalkeeper Yassine Bono, who's been largely redundant in the second half. He was certainly the busier goalkeeper in the first half. It's been Edward Mendy that's goals that's seen his goal threaten more in this second half. Certainly have been the dominant force. Long ball forward. It's a good header as well by Mamadou Sarr, who's been exceptionally good in that defence alongside Niakate tonight for Senegal. 7.5 minutes. Then there will be at least 6 minutes added time. So we've probably got the best part 15 minutes still to go before we hit 2 more lots of 15 minutes, before we hit penalties. So buckle yourselves in, it's not done yet. Well, it's going to be drama, isn't it? Somewhere. We just don't know what type of drama. We don't know who's going to be victorious, who's going to hang their head in shame, who's going to be feeling sick from defeat. It's a final. It's a big final. El Hadj Malik Diouf. Now Moussa Niakate. Possession has swung slightly, but still Senegal have had 54% of the possession. Not as much as they had in the first half. Overall, they've just shaded it. They've closed ranks, Morocco, with a better second half. High ball out by Idrissa Gueye. And now the chance to get forward. And a quick ball into the box is too far ahead of Nicholas Jackson from Ismail Sarr. Sadio Mane goes chasing after it. Whilst giving chase. Can't do any damage. And foul on Hakimi. Free kick to Morocco. To Sadio Mane, who thought he'd gone central, but he seems to have gone back down the left-hand side again now for Senegal. Free kick is going to be taken by Naif Agard, Marseille. In fact, he's going to leave it for his goalkeeper, Yassine Bono. Morocco won Group A, conceding their only goal in the tournament in the 1-1 draw against Mali. That was the only game they hadn't won. Senegal, 23 matches unbeaten, winning 21 of them. They don't know what it's like to lose. Neither of these two get too much of a whiff of defeat in recent months and over the last year or two. The winning habit is there for all to see, but one of them is somehow going to have to lose tonight in some fashion. Mazraoui, all the way back to Adam Messina. Torino's Adam Messina, once with Watford, once with Udinese. You know, there's a big tie-up between those clubs. To the last 5 minutes of the 90. Still more to come. Here, it probably fell to the wrong man. Bobbled wide. He's got to be hitting the target from there. He's stretching at it slightly, and that forced him to hook it. And he hooked it well wide. There's the need for a change here. I'm not sure what the change is, but Hakimi is signalling that there's a man down in the box for Morocco, and he's going to have to come off. It looks like Adam Messina. It might have been his hamstring that's gone, because Hakimi has signalled to the bench that he's not going to be able to carry on. Didn't see it myself. I might see a replay in a second beside me. Walid Ouedraogo, just have to make a change here. Looks like a muscular injury. They are preparing a change immediately. It's going to be Jawad Al-Yamik. See that back on his feet. Let's see if he's fit to carry on. It's on his haunches at the moment. Well, it's a big call for him. Once again, Hakimi signalling that he needs to come off. So it looks like Jawad Al-Yamik will replace Adam Messina. Waiting for that substitution to take place. I think they're determined to make it happen. Jawad Al-Yamik preparing to come on. The referee has seen it with his own eyes. Tear in the eyes of Adam Messina as he comes off. Not a glorious end to his evening. Well, in terms of playing, maybe those tears of sadness will turn to tears of joy later on in the evening. But he'll have no further part to play. And the Al Najma player, Jawad Al-Yamik, comes on for his 31st cap for Morocco. His first job is to turn the ball away up towards the halfway line. Yeah, it's retrieved by Ismail Sarr, and Sarr through the ball in the middle. It's a nice ball as well. Nicholas Jackson holds it up, pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. Ibrahima Mbaye tries the shot. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. Yassine Bono hasn't had much to do in this second half, but he managed to get the shot in there. Ibrahim Mbaye, and the two subs combining well for Senegal. Mbaye forcing the save from Yassine Bono, who reached away to his right and clawed it away. It's a save you expect him to make. In comes the cross from Diouf, deep, headed back across again by Ismail Sarr, but doesn't reach Nicholas Jackson. That's much, much better from Senegal. Since the introduction of Sarr and Mbaye, have looked rather dangerous themselves. Here's a chance at the other end, into the penalty area. Ezel Zuli with the shot, and he's shot that one high and wide from the narrowest of angles. Wouldn't it be nice to get it done before the need for extra time and penalties? It's a fairly comfortable save for the goalkeeper. First save he's had to make in the second half, Yassine Bono. If it goes in, I think that's Senegal's trophy. Hope is that Morocco can lift the trophy for the first time since 1976. A long wait of 50 years. But at the moment, it's Senegal that are enjoying the lion's share of the profit, and the ball coming in from Sarr, and it was a good cross as well, and it was a good piece of defending by Jawad Al-Yamik. If he doesn't get there, Nicholas Jackson has a tap-in. Mind you, we've seen a few tap-ins today that have missed the target. That's going to be a corner. Came off of El Anawi with his headband that's doing its job. No blood seeping through from that head wound that he picked up about 15-20 minutes ago with that clash of heads. So, a corner to Senegal. They struck very, very late in the semi-final to beat Egypt. This would be a lot later. We're into the 92nd minute of the game, by the way. 8 minutes of stoppage time. And the Senegal fans dancing away behind that goal in a multitude of colours, mainly yellow. Very charismatic. They haven't stopped dancing all day. They're putting almost as much effort as the players. In comes the corner, whipped in, headed toward, but it's not going to count. And the goal has been chalked off. Ismail Sarr thought he'd scored. Well, the ball came back off the post. The header from Abdoulaye Seck He seemed to push Hakimi, and that was the defining moment. He's pushed Hakimi out the way. Yeah, he can't do that. Heads it against the post. Ismail Sarr puts it in. Nothing wrong with what Ismail Sarr's done. It's what Abdoulaye Seck has done. And that is shove Achraf Hakimi to the floor. It's clear, it's obvious. The referee saw it with his own two eyes and blew the whistle long before the ball had hit the net when you look at the replay. And fair play to the referee. He did get it spot on. It wasn't a goal, it was a foul on Hakimi. It was the right decision. And Senegal for a moment thought they'd won it. Well, Nicholas Jackson is coming off. His day is done. He's got a little bit more profit. Nicholas Jackson is off, and replacing him is Sheriff Njai of Sansamspor. Powerful target man, experienced. He'll be 30 next week. Saladin, in the meantime, comes on for Sebari, who's put a shift in. Anas Saladin of PSV Eindhoven comes on for only his 6th cap for his country, with extra time in the thoughts of both coaches, and maybe penalties as well. And we've still got 5 more minutes or so of the 90. We've played just coming up to 4 of the 8. So just over 4 minutes. Malik Diouf curls it down the line. Headed away promptly by Jawad Al-Yamik. And the second ball by Targhali. Targhali again, threads it through. Cut out well by Malik Diouf. It's been one back. Mazraoui for the Moroccans down the line. What a ball that is. Here's a chance. El Azouli into the box, sniffing away. On the end of it was Al Nejri. Typically, Mamadou Sarr was able to get there first with some more very, very good defending. Tell you what, Mamadou Sarr's been brilliant tonight. Strasbourg, I've watched him a couple of times for Strasbourg this season. Very, very good player. But on the big stage tonight, he's excelled. They haven't missed Kalidou Koulibaly one little bit. He's been brilliant, Mamadou Sarr. See why they've thrown him in. He has got some future, that young man. He'll be at Chelsea before long, I take it, being he's a Strasbourg player. In comes the cross, headed away by Malik Diouf. He felt he was fouled, no, says the referee. Morocco go again. Al-Anawi. Then played inside by Targhali. Saladin. Al-Anawi rolls it wide to Ibrahim. Ibrahim tries to cut it across with his right foot with the cross. It goes wide, and he's not even going to get a corner for that. He wants a corner. He says he came off the defender. It's not a corner, it's a goal kick. Ibrahim Diaz still remonstrating. One of the subs for Morocco stepped onto the pitch to remonstrate with the match official, saying it should have been a penalty or it should have been a corner. I think they're appealing that Oussama Targhali was brought down and pulled down in the penalty area. And Brahim Diaz is appealing for that, and the referee is getting a signal from his ear, and there could be a penalty check here for VAR. In the 6th minute of stoppage time, this could be a crucial moment because he was ripped down to the ground. Was Brahim Diaz. And he's absolutely adamant. It was a foul by El Hadj Malik Diouf. Did he pull the player down? VAR are having a look, and it's a check for a penalty, and it looks like the referee's coming along to have a look on the monitor. And he's got his hands on Brahim Diaz. Now the referee is going to have a look. We'll have another look as well. So goes down a little easy for me. There's a little bit of simulation, there's a little bit of a tug. It's what the referee deciphers. Diaz goes to grounds. I think there's enough there, you know. I think there's enough there for a penalty. Here comes the referee. He's got people surrounding him right on the screen. He needs a little bit of daylight here. Go away, everyone. Give the man a chance. Let's make sure he gets the decision right. It's not a clear-cut one. Corner comes in. He puts his hand on the shoulder. And whilst he does pull, it's all getting a bit uneasy. Penalty is the award. We have played 98 minutes. We have played the 98 minutes almost to the second, and it's a penalty to the Moroccans. Wow, this is drama at its most intense. It's going to be a yellow card for the unfortunate El Hadj Malik Diouf. The fact of the matter is he had his hand on the shoulder of Brahim Diaz and ripped him to the ground, and one kick of this ball could see Morocco crowned as the first champions of AFCON for their country since way back in '76. Got to be careful here because there is a lot of finger pointing going on at the moment from Ismail Sarr. He's being told to calm down. He's got a yellow card, Ismail Sarr. The yellow cards are coming out everywhere. Senegal are absolutely livid with the decision, especially as they had the ball in the net a few minutes ago. But that was definitely a foul on Achraf Hakimi. There could be no concerns about that. That is not a debate. It was definitely the right decision from the referee. I think this is the right decision from the referee. But you have to feel for El Hadj Malik Diouf. You have to feel for Senegal. But after all of this, they're trying to delay things for as long as possible here. Senegal, the yellow cards are being slung around everywhere. Diouf is the latest player to receive a yellow. El Hadj Malik Diouf, he gets that for his part in the penalty. And now, penalty to Senegal. Well, you don't get much more dramatic than this in a major final. A penalty awarded by VAR 8 minutes into 8 minutes of stoppage time after a 0-0. Goal. With a penalty kick here, Morocco could win the AFCON. And Nesri is now arguing with Abdoulaye Seck, and it's getting a little unsavoury. The Senegalese are trying to ruffle the feathers of the Moroccans, who just need to stay calm. At the other end, Yassine Bono just sits in his goal mouth and waits. The referee's got the ball. There's two balls on the pitch. The referee's got one of them. Brahim Diaz has got the other. You only need one. Well, he's got to clear this all up, the referee. He needs to get the players away from the spot. And I think, if this is a signal that's right, Pape Thiaw is asking his players to come off the pitch. I don't know if that's a symbol, but he's asking his players to come away or come off the pitch. I'm not quite sure. The way he signalled it, it's looking as if he wants to take his players off the pitch. This would be something unbelievable if it comes about. 8 minutes of added time. We're now in the 101st minute, 3 minutes since the referee came over and gave a penalty to Morocco. And now, what happens next? Well, the referee has looked at the monitor, he deems it to be a penalty, and Senegal are walking off the pitch. So what happens next? Well, have you ever seen anything quite like it? This is amazing stuff. Senegal coming off the pitch, walking off the pitch after a penalty was awarded to Morocco deep into stoppage time. And, well, such a game of such magnitude in a moment of such importance. Was it clear-cut enough for the referee to give the penalty? There was an element of doubt because he's looked for a long time. He's gone with the home side, he's given the penalty. And now the referee has to sit and wait and have instructions to what to do next. He waits for Senegal. Senegal are absolutely furious. And the CAF delegates are now down on the pitch trying to sort it all out. I've seen it from another angle. Now I think there is a degree of simulation from Brahim Diaz. He's looking for it. But he didn't help himself, Al Haj Malik Diouf, by putting his arm over the shoulder of the Real Madrid player and levering him towards him slightly, albeit that he went down a lot easier than he perhaps needed to. Could he have kept his feet? Yes, he probably could have. Should he have gone down? Well, listen, if it's a foul, then why not? But now, Senegal's players have walked off the pitch. They've not gone down the tunnel. They've just walked to the side of the pitch. I don't know what the protest is all about here. The clock continues to run. We're now at 104 minutes. And what happens next is anybody's guess. But this is bizarre. Did the Senegalese, and when you look at it again, you think, well, do you know what, Abdoulaye Seck, he's clawing away with Achraf Hakimi. You could say there's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other in that. The referee has chosen to give the foul against Abdoulaye Seck before the ball hit the net, it has to be said. Now on comes Papa Thiaw to speak to the referee. And Achraf Hakimi is trying to talk sense into Papa Thiaw, as is the Moroccan coach Walid Regragui. Now what happens next? The referee has spoken, and Senegal are not happy. CAF delegate is on the pitch as well, trying to sort things out. Well, CAF and Morocco and the match officials have got to try and get Senegal back on the pitch. Otherwise, do they award the final to Morocco? Assuming they do, presumably. It's never seen anything like it. We sit, we wait, we hope. Whoever's taken the penalty's got a long wait, haven't they? But at the moment, the Moroccan players are out on the pitch waiting. What does Senegal do? The referee's motionless. He's just standing there waiting for instruction in his ear or from CAF officials. And it looks to me like the Senegalese players are starting to make their way down the tunnel. This is bizarre. Well, Senegal have walked off. And we're still waiting. Sadio Mane is being spoken to by one of the CAF officials. But they've headed back towards the dressing room, some of the Senegalese players. Well, they can't take the penalty if they haven't got anyone to take it against. What on earth is happening? Sadio Mane being spoken to by representatives of CAF. Sadio Mane's still out there. I'm not sure he concurs with everything that's going on. And he's telling his players, come on, let's get out here. Perhaps someone sees sense. It's not going to do Senegal any good, this. What does it achieve? They end up with sanctions, penalties. You know, at what stage does it put their World Cup finals place at threat? What if they do this tonight? What if they do it at the World Cup in the US next year? The AFCON final has produced something astounding here. And now Sadio Mane is trying to get his players to come back out. Well, they're not happy with their goal that was disallowed, and when you look at it again, there's an element of doubt, just like the element of doubt in the goal itself, or not the goal, the penalty itself. So CAF are trying desperately to sort this out, and they've come out onto the pitch and they're trying to talk to the referee. So too is the Moroccan coach. And Sadio Mane is still out there. I think he wants his players out there. Come on, let's go and face the music. Some of the players have gone down the tunnel. Some are still on the pitch. Sadio Mane is trying to act as peacemaker, and I think full credit to him for that. But this is unbelievable. Have you ever seen anything quite like this at a football match before? Sadio Mane has now gone down the tunnel and into the Senegal dressing room to try and get his players out. And the referee is now smiling. Well, you've got to laugh. I mean, and here come the Senegal players. They're coming back out again now. And the goalkeeper runs out. Couldn't by chance save it, could he, Edward Mendy, after all this? Well, 110 minutes. You could say we're halfway through extra time, but we're not. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And the drama hasn't even started yet. We still don't know who's going to win the AFCON, do we? Well, we might have an idea here. There's a penalty. And Senegal are back on the pitch. Well, El Hadj Diouf, remember him? He's here. Another yellow card. This time to Edouard Mendy. For what? I don't know. I've lost the script here. Well, who's got the responsibility for the penalty spot? I don't know. Anas Salah ad-Din of Morocco has just got a yellow card as well. I haven't got a clue what that was for either. I'm kind of not sure. Just not sure. Well, the Moroccan fans are dazed. This has got to be one of the surreal moments in the history of football, hasn't it? If you're just joining us, Senegal 0, Morocco 0. Senegal had a goal disallowed about 10 minutes from time, less than 10 minutes from time. And it was a foul by Abdoulaye Seck on Achraf Hakimi. The referee blew his whistle before the ball actually hit the back of the net. And then at the other end, Brahim Diaz levered down to the ground from a corner by El Hadj Malik Diouf. And a penalty given by VAR in the 96th minute. We're now in the 111th minute. That was 15 minutes ago. 15 minutes later, and well, it's a penalty to Morocco. And finally, we're going to get this penalty now. Well, he's had a long time to think about this, hasn't he? Brahim Diaz. He's already got the golden boot. He can add another notch to his bedpost if he can put this penalty away. And if he does, then this will be a first AFCON for Morocco in exactly 50 years. Etched on his face, Brahim Diaz, is total concentration. Nothing but nothing is going to put him off at this moment. Standing in his way are delaying tactics that have gone from the sublime to the ridiculous. Well, the big complaint, I think, from Senegal is that their goal that they scored didn't go to VAR, but the penalty did. That's why they are so incensed. And I get their point, because there is a degree of contention on both. Anyway, 113 minutes gone. Brahim Diaz, and he Panenkas it straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Unbelievable. Well, was that done deliberately, or was that done... Well, he kisses the ball before he puts it down. He decides to Panenka it, and the goalkeeper just stood there and saved it. I don't think he intended that to be a miss, you know, but he made it look like one. When you Panenka it down the middle and the goalkeeper stands there and catches it, it does look a deliberate miss. But Brahim Diaz is in tears at the moment, and the final whistle has gone, and we're going to extra time. And have you ever seen drama quite like this? At 90 minutes, well, 110 minutes, it's Senegal 0, Morocco 0. They've missed the penalty, and Senegal somehow are still in this final. That is incredible. Incredible. Extra time's coming in 5 minutes. I'm going to go and get a stiff drink and try and find my wits about me for 30 minutes of extra time. Hopefully you can join me. and TikTok. 96th minute, and amazingly, Bram Diaz stepped up, put it straight at the goalkeeper. Now, the big question is, did he miss it on purpose? My feeling is, and I can only judge it was one of the worst penalties I've seen in a long time, but Bram Diaz's reaction was one of utter dejection. He was absolutely mortified, but that may have been the size of the occasion and what he was being asked to do. He missed the penalty deliberately, but the reaction of some of the Moroccan players behind him were that he genuinely was supposed to score and win the cup for them. But it really was one of the worst penalties you could ever wish to see, and he does look shell-shocked, and the rain is coming down tonight, and this one's going to go long into the night, isn't it? I don't know. I just don't know which way it's going to go. Hakimi, long ball forward. Let's try and go on wits about us again, shall we? Let's see what happens next. Anas Al-Adin. So many yellow cards were brandished around. I've lost track of who's got a yellow card and who hasn't. No, Adin did. Oh no, it did. Here's a chance for Gay, and Gay's hit it, and Gay has scored. Pape Gay has scored for Senegal. Unbelievable. Well, this is a story you couldn't make up fictionally, because Senegal have just gone and taken the lead through Pape Gay. Pape Chow celebrates. Bram Diaz can't believe it. And Senegal lead in the final of the AFCON, thanks to a goal from Pape Gay of Villarreal. What a finish. Given away and a breakaway through the centre circle. Didn't look anything obvious. It was the other Gay, Idrissa Gana Gay, that played it through, and he went running onto it. And he hit it. And he hit it like a rocket over the goalkeeper, in off the underside of the bar. That's a terrific finish. And finally, the goalkeeper with not the ability to keep it out. Nothing could deny that goal, standing into the top corner. That's incredible. There's a man down for Senegal, and it's Al Haj Malik Diouf. I'm trying to catch up with the yellow cards that went here, there and everywhere in the last 15 minutes or so. Had a few of them, you know. Well, there's going to be a couple of changes for Morocco. They've got to throw caution to the wind. Senegal leading here. Bram Diaz. I think he intended to score that penalty. I don't know if we'll ever know. Did he mean to score it? Here is Bram Diaz. Charged down in the midfield by Morocco. They're about to make a couple of changes. Long ball forward to El-Nesri. El-Nesri's chasing, cleared away by Mendy. It's one in the air by Al-Anawi. Now Jawad Al-Yamak, ball over the top, it's nudged away. It's Bram Diaz, he twists, he turns, he shoots, and that's a save from Edouard Mendy. Well, he thought he was making amends for his penalty miss there. It was a lovely piece of close footwork, but his shot was way too close to the goalkeeper. Almost a decent reaction from Morocco, who trail in the AFCON final. They were one kick of a football away from winning it, and now they need a goal to prevent Senegal from snatching it. It's an incredible, incredible achievement. It's an incredible, incredible final. You just couldn't make it up. You really couldn't. The Moroccans, who have been dancing all night long, they are taking off Bram Diaz, who's quite clearly scarred by what's happened. Aklimash Ruiz coming off. Klimash coming on. He'll go on the right wing. We're going to say Igamane coming on. Well, he's not going to play at left back, that's for sure. It's another player coming forward. They'll go 3 at the back. At times there'll be 2 at the back. With Ashraf Hakimi trying to get forward at every opportunity. They have some forward-thinking players on the pitch now. The Moroccans. Can Senegal hold on to what they've just built? Abdoulaye Seck heads it up in the air. It's retrieved by Jawad Al-Yamak. Cleared away again. This time it was Idrissa Gana Gueye. And again, straight over the top. Header from Naya Vegard. Flicked on, but only as far as the Senegalese player. Was this Malassar? Well, what must have been going through the players' minds when they walked off the pitch, Senegal? Finally, sense prevailed and they came out. And maybe justice was done in the penalty miss. Here's Sadio Mane trying to get the better of the defender over on that far side, who happens to be Neil Al-Anawi. Does get the cross in, and it's still in play, and just rolled in towards Ibrahim Mbaye, but he couldn't control. And this is a chance for Ikliash Akomach to get forward, the recently introduced substitute. Villarreal player, former Barca player. Only his 4th cap, the 21-year-old. He's already got 1 goal. We've got to try and do something here, Morocco. Hakimi, can he get the cross in? Goes down the right-hand side, he's still got it. Pulls it back to Akomach. Akomach can't find a way through. Another piece of good defending by El Hadj Malik Diouf. But Morocco have it again. Right-hand side, Hakimi plays it inside. Maybe a chance here for El Anawi. Back out wide, and Salah Ad-Din into the penalty area and thrashed away by El Hadj Malik Diouf. We have played 10 minutes almost in the first period of extra time. Header away by Niakete. Turn back into the penalty area. It's a header down, and that's good goalkeeping by Mendy, who got caught as he went down into the danger of boots flying. The initial header down from Ezzazzouli was a dangerous one. Mendy went down and in amongst the boots and got caught by the boot of Youssef El Nejri. Painful one for Mendy. That's why he's down. Well, there are no superlatives to what we've seen unfold before our very eyes in the last half an hour or so. And I think we're still trying to recover, we're still trying to compose, and we're still trying to get our wits about us to see this one through for what it is. This is a major cup final. Have you ever seen a team walk off in a major cup final like that before? Senegal did, and then they come back out, and then the VAR awarded penalty was missed. Here come the Senegalese again, looking for a ball down the middle, which Ndiaye almost found Mbaye, or Mbaye nearly found Ndiaye, in fact the other way around. Flicked on by Nejri into the penalty area. Just there in time, Mendy to clear the ball before Igamane could have got there, and he cleared the ball and he clashed with Igamane. Igamane's gone down, Mendy's gone down. Shouts from the Moroccan fans for a penalty. I don't think they're going to get one for that. He's cleanly struck the ball, Mendy. He's come through, struck the ball. Yeah, that's a foul by Igamane, who stuck a boot in on the goalkeeper. Senegal so close. Only 15 minutes now. Well, the half-time whistle is just 3.5 minutes away here, and Igamane, who got caught by the goalkeeper, is down with an injury. The rain is pouring. Senegal are winning. Pap Gueye with the goal from Idrissa Gana Guye's pass. He just strode forward and slammed it in off the crossbar from 25 yards. It's a super strike. and it stunned Morocco. It's a real good strike from the big man. And Senegal, who used their get out of jail free card with a roll of a dice, now find themselves 15 minutes or so away from AFCON glory. Morocco's hearts are close to being broken, but there is still time. Of course there is. There's still over 2 minutes of the first period of extra time. Don't write them off just yet. There's sure to be one big chance for them. Sure to be one big chance for them. Rabat gets it back again from Al-Jamak to Rabat. Long ball forward. It's flicked on momentarily from Salahuddin. Well, they were slight favourites, Morocco, given that they had home advantage. They've had 13 shots to Senegal's 9, but Senegal have come here tonight and created and taken that one chance brilliantly from Pat Guy. That's the thing. There have been chances missed in this game, but it's all about hitting the target and taking the chances. And here come Morocco for the equaliser, and the flying header has gone wide from El Nesri. Cross from Ezzazzouli, and El Nesri flying through the air. He tried to twist and put the header into the corner past Edouard Mendy, but he put it just wide, inches wide. Igamani is still off the field with an injury. They've used up their 6 substitutions of Morocco, but here they come again. It's El Anawi, stopped brilliantly by Idrissa Gana Gay. Rolled down the line by Ismail Sarr. This is a chance to get forward in Ibrahim Mbaye, still Ibrahim Mbaye, he's still going, Ibrahim Mbaye, he could have won it there. That was a great block by Hakimi. Absolute brilliant work from the captain, and he's then stopped by a wonderful tackle from Sherif Njai. Well, that could have been 2. He was going all the way there, Ibrahim Mbaye, the pick. Yes, youngster. I thought he was going to score. Hakimi, his teammate from PSG, came across and denied him. Just as well for Morocco. Is elusive, and that is why Senegal is behind everyone though, and it'll come all the way out for Mbaye, and Mbaye's rolled it down the line and given it away. Here come Morocco again. 1 minute of added time has been played. Sadio Mane trying to get forward, fouled up towards the halfway line, and the referee blows for half time. It's Senegal that lead thanks to a goal from Pat Guy. Well, you just can't write scripts like this, can you? And it's half time in extra time. Pat Guy. Confirmation who's gone off. Confirmation of that in just a second. Senegal 15 minutes away from glory. Senegal 1, Morocco 0. El Arawi. Chance to get forward over the halfway line. Jawad Al-Yamak. Finding Kumach. Kumach gets to the byline, points to the corner flag, gets the corner. I think it's down to the assistant referee, the referee to get the corner, not him, but he was adamant that he was going to have a corner out of that, wasn't it? And chance for Hakimi to deliver the ball into the penalty area to try and take this one to penalties. In it comes. It's gone all the way through, and then it's rammed in towards goal, but wide. Wide from El Yamak. Nearly, but not quite. Malik Diouf on a yellow card has gone off, by the way, to be replaced by Ismail Jacobs of Galatasaray. Senegal 1, Morocco 0. Sorry, I was telling you all of the story. It was headed towards extra time. Suddenly Senegal had a goal, 5 minutes from time, ruled out for a push on Hakimi. It was given directly by the referee. It wasn't checked by VAR. That's what upset Senegal, because in stoppage time, Morocco were given a penalty by the VAR where it was checked. So no consistencies, and Senegal walked off the pitch. And, eventually came back on. Brahim Diaz missed the penalty, Panenka straight to the goalkeeper, and then into extra time. That guy has scored for Senegal. They lead 1-0. It's a Morocco corner. It's going to be Ilias Okomach to take it. It's a left-footed corner. In it comes, header towards goal, off the bar, and then the second ball in, and it's scrambled away. Headed towards post again, and I think it was a defender that blocked it, and then a third one, the block again, and they hold on grimly, and this is a chance for Mbaye to break away for Senegal, but it's been won back by El Arawi, and I think it may well have been the header by Jawad El-Hamak that hit the crossbar. We'll have a look in a second, but here's Hakimi. Goes down, but the referee gives a free kick, but I don't even think it's a foul. Plays on, in fact, he doesn't give the free kick. Ilias Okomach with a cross. Mendy comes and gathers and falls on it and kills a few more seconds. And it was a header towards goal, off the bar, and then the header down, blocked Can't get much closer than that. Off the bar from Jawad Al-Amak. So close to a Moroccan equaliser. Can't help but think this game has got more drama to give, given where we've got. Game that will be talked about for varying reasons. Here's Akimi. Can he get the crossing? Yes, he can. Is it causing any damage? No, it doesn't. Headed away by Moussa Nkete, along with Mamadou Sarr in the centre of that Senegal defence. They've both been excellent tonight. We're in extra time. In the second period of extra time, the hosts are running out of time. What a free kick right on the corner edge of the penalty area. Senegal buoyed on by their second life in this game. They're holding on grimly. Free kick Morocco. It's going to seem like a few seconds to Morocco. The free kick comes in. It's very, very poor. Straight into the arms from El Nesri. Tried to curl it. Was it El Nesri? No, it wasn't. It was Akumash. Straight into the arms of Mendy. 10 minutes away from glory here are Senegal. Never seen a final quite like it. Senegal coming forward, driven forward by the goal scorer Pap Guy, but he's been dispossessed. This is the Idrissa Gana guy who's driven that midfield really well. It's another good run from Ismail Sarr, through ball. This could be all over. It's going to be all over. Oh my goodness me! I don't believe it. It's been put wide. Oh my goodness. Well, he's gone round the goalkeeper. He's got an open goal, Ibrahim Ndiaye, to Sheriff Ndiaye. And Ndiaye has seen his first shot saved, and his second one he's put wide with an open goal. I don't believe I've seen that. You couldn't invent this. You couldn't make it up. Free kick to Senegal. What a chance for Sheriff Ndiaye. He's gone through with a goalkeeper to beat. He shoots against the goalkeeper, and then he comes to him again. He's only got to roll it in the net, and he's rolled it wide. Is that the moment where the tide turns? Because really that is an unforgiving miss from Sheriff Ndiaye. That's unbelievable. An open goal miss when you're 1-0 up in extra time in the AFCON final, and the goalkeeper's fingers just about enough to touch the ball as he was striking it, and that knocked it against Ndiaye to put it wide. I still can't believe he hasn't scored. Why didn't he just take an extra touch away from the goalkeeper and put it in with his other foot? Unbelievable. Can't believe that. That is an open goal. Admittedly, the goalkeeper has got a touch, and that's the reason he missed, but he just touched it away from the goalkeeper and put it in the empty net. Just a Ghana gate. Standing today. Looking at another change. Well, look at things. They've got one more change to make here. Looks like Pate Cease is going to come on. He's a holding central midfielder. They've got a free kick here in Senegal, which is within shooting range, maybe? 28, 29 yards out. Who fancies it? Ishmael Jacobs is there, but it's Sadio Mane that plants it in, cleared away. Back into the penalty area again. Wouldn't come from Mamadou Sarr. He's now got to try and get back. He's happy to concede the foul, fouling Anis Salah Eddin and taking a yellow card, which he probably needed to do because he was out of position and he didn't need a breakaway there. Probably the right thing to do for Mamadou Sarr under the circumstances. Good exception, strangely. Anyway, here come Morocco through the middle, trying to find a way through. Iliash or Kumach. Can't get anywhere though. Everyone behind the ball in green. Morocco looking for an outlet, but they're standing tall here are Senegal, and they win a free kick. Foul on Sadio Mane, who stays down. Kimi brings him down. Well, edging ever closer to the finale. Minutes to go. Sadio Mane, the hero in the semi-final. I think in many ways he's a hero here because he got Senegal back on the pitch when they walked off, and it was the right decision in the end, wasn't it? Guy. Keep it. Good block again by Mamadou Sarr. Back out wide to Ismail Sarr. Find his way. Salah Adi. It's gone out of play. There are tired legs everywhere out there. With everything that's gone on, you can't help but feel something absolutely sensational could still happen in this game, and you wouldn't be surprised. Open goal misses, Panenka penalty misses, VAR controversies, and smashing goals. And here could be another one. It's another hit from Pat Gay. The goalkeeper saw it bending and swerving in front of him and palms it away for what will be a corner to Senegal. Well, he hit one there, and that had even more venom than the one he hit before. But it was straight at the goalkeeper this time, and he was able to make the block. You had to watch it carefully. It was swinging. Hammer punch. Pat Gay again. Great ball. Sadio Mane across the face of goal. Good interception. It needed to be as well. Good interception. Targeting corner. Senegal 4.5 minutes away from glory. In the corner, they've got it. In the corner, they'll try and keep it. Ismail Jacobs. Referee telling the defender needs to be further away. It tells the Senegalese players trying to keep the ball in the corner. He is watching the watch. Senegalese fans in that corner. A while at a time, still dancing. Here it comes. It's a pile driver towards goal. Well, that would have been quite some goal from Idrissa Gana Gaze. Hit it right footed and he's flouted it low and hard across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. Goal kick that Morocco are looking to take as quickly as possible. They've just got to be measured. They've just got to be composed now, Senegal. They're on the ascendancy at the moment and they're looking for another. This is Sheriff Njai, but he's offside. In fact, the ball's gone out of play this near side. Why that wasn't flagged quicker and picked up by the match officials quicker, I don't know. Pape Thiaw, the coach of Senegal, Thiaw. And it's Mendy off his line. That was the long ball before Azazula could do anything with it. Here, holding on, Senegal, going forward, best form of defence's attack. Here's Njai. It's against the hands of Hakimi, came off with Njai last. It will be a throw-in to Hakimi and Morocco. Senegal are now less than 3 minutes away, plus injury time, of course, and they're better get another minute of that, aren't we? Goes Njai, and he come bone to bone there with his opponent, both down on the ground. Referee says play on, and Morocco want to get forward with it. Off they go. Salah-Eddin comes inside, finds Akumach. Salah-Eddin again. He almost got in the way, has to go backwards. Targali. Gamak. Now it's Hakimi. Can he lift one in? Over the heads of Agard, comes back on the left-hand side. Good block. Over on the far side by Ibrahim Mbaye for a throw-in. Down to 2 minutes. And Morocco are running out of energy, thoughts, ideas. Just think that moment when they had one ball to kick to win the AFCON. Like it's going to be Senegal's night. 90 seconds to go. Achraf Hakimi driving forward. Excellent tracking by Jacobs. Gay to Gay. Idrissa to Pap. Gay brought down, but it's picked up and a loose ball has been threaded through the middle. And it very nearly made it through from Jacobs. And off goes Ezazuli. And there was Abdoulaye Seck to smash the ball into the crowd. Played quickly by El Ainaoui. Ezazuli gets the cross in, and that's easily gathered by the goalkeeper Mendy. And it's another chance that bypasses the Moroccans. Long ball forward, that's going to be a foul. Foul on Ergat. And now they've got to get it forward. We've got 30 seconds to go. It's a free kick for Senegal, a free kick, to Morocco, midway inside their own half. Rain is pouring. The goalkeeper is going to take this, Yassine Bono. Long kick forward. It's flicked on down the left-hand side. Now, was that a foul? I think the referee has blown his whistle and he's given the free kick to Senegal. It was a shove on Seck by Ergat. And this one is fast slipping out of the reach of Morocco. The Atlas Lions and the Lions of Teranga have produced a final that we will never, ever forget. And there is 3 minutes of stoppage time. The blood now pouring from that head bandage of Neil El Ainaoui as the rain pours and soaks it into his forehead so that blood starts to seep through. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Well, that means we've got 2.5 more minutes. Senegal, in fairness, haven't been that seriously threatened. Ball over the top and off goes Sherif Ndiaye down the right-hand side, met by Salahuddin, who gets the challenge in, and that's just what the Senegalese want, which is a throw-in level with the edge of the Moroccan penalty area. Ismail Sarr wiping his hands on the ball, throwing it to Ndiaye. Ndiaye, 2 on him, still Ndiaye, into the penalty area. Cross comes in, turned away by El Jamak, out for a throw-in, and they just can't get the ball forward at the moment. And Senegal have got Morocco right where they want them. Concentration, discipline, organisation, it's what they need for the next, minute and 20 seconds. That's all that's left in the corner. And it's a throw-in again to Senegal. Well, they weren't happy with their hotel. They weren't happy with their training facilities. They weren't happy with the tickets. They certainly weren't happy with the VAR. But it looks like they're going to get what they want here. They're going to win the AFCON unless Morocco can get the ball up pitch, and they've got somewhere in the region of 45 seconds to do so. We'll never say never in a game like this. Never say never. But I just can't see where they're going to find the energy, Morocco, to create one last chance. And I think that's what the locals can see as well, because the whistle is imminent and the red seats around this stadium are starting to show as people leave. Morocco thought they had it in the bag, but it's Senegal that are about to be crowned champions of Africa. Ball out of play on the far side. Referee's had a look at his watch. We've got 3 minutes have been played in stoppage time. It can't be much longer. Into the corner it goes again. Ndiaye with a foul. It's a free kick, and Ndiaye's been thrown to the floor. And Morocco just want to get the ball up the pitch. And if they're going to do so, they've got to do so now. We are into stoppage time, at the end of stoppage time, at the end of the second period of extra time, and there will be no more. And it's Senegal that have won the African Cup of Nations. Sadio Mane leads the celebrations It's jubilation for Senegal on an incredible night of drama. Have you ever seen anything quite like this? We've seen VAR.
Best thing is safety first, instead of trying to taking a touch and being too clever. So it's good defending from Hall.
Right, corner on its way for Wolves. It's going to come in from the right, in front of the Sir Jack Hayward stand away to our right. When Wolves scored their goals against West Ham.
Bye.